guys. Hey guys. Guess what? We're actually filming in the new place. Everything's white, so don't be blinded. Although I think I'm gonna leave it white. We're gonna put stuff on the walls. Almost all the way finished, but I figured I'm over here and I'm doing work today. You know, so forgive me with the moving outfit, but I'm about to get to work, so I'm just wanted to get a weekend or a reading for the week out for us. Okay, so yay, maybe we'll actually start getting on track with, you know, more videos and stuff now that I'm in a different space. And just wish me luck. Okay, just like everybody else, you know, everything's day by day. Okay, so but I'm happy and grateful to try something new. Okay, so the little light on the back of the wall is the best I could do for a backdrop right now. Literally sitting amongst boxes and things, but here we are. Okay, so I hope all you are doing good. My name's Laura. This is Black and White Heart Tarot and Adventure. Haven't done any adventures. Well, this is an adventure, but filmed any lately, but I will. Everything will get back on track. Just happy to be almost to the point of taking a breath and settling in. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you have a good weekend and work week. I hope everybody's doing fun stuff, and everything's good with you. Okay, thank you for subscribing, thank you for watching, thank you for listening to basically anything that I have to say. Remember, it's only from my experiences. I'm not here to give anyone I would say you have to use your own discernment. I'm not here to tell you what to do in your life. I'm only here to share experiences that might help you with the things that you're dealing with, okay? And share adventures and just have a fun community, and you really basically never know what's going on. So not know what's going on. You never know what's gonna happen next on here. I don't really plan it out. I just sit down and whatever happens, okay? So anyway, here we go. Let me shuffle a bit because, oh gosh, everything's whatever. Because I haven't messed with anything, and I think I've done one. I think I did one little card reading, but the angle was shoddy at best, but it got out there. It did get some views on the short side, which is again where most things get viewed. I know the patience level of the majority of us, even myself sometimes, like when I'm pushing something, you know, if I use a microwave at work and it takes 3 minutes, it seems like 3 hours. So I get it, I get it. But so I get a lot more views on the short side. Hopefully at some point they'll view the long, full-length videos, okay? For those of you that do, thank you so much for your support. And I don't know who you are because I don't see any comments or anything. I'd be very willing to interact as long as they're positive comments for our community, and you know, just a hello. You know, that'd be great. But regardless, I see that I went from 0 to I think like 31 subscribers, which I know in the world of YouTube is very small. But when I actually started from 0 and didn't tell anyone except for I think 2 people, I wanted it to grow authentically through just viewers liking the channel, not through me asking all my friends and family to watch, because I didn't think that was a good way to start. I thought it was better to just see if the messages could grow through you know, people throughout the world viewing them and liking it, you know, and wanting to be a part of it. So you know, it's growing. I mean, 31 is 31. It's not about that anyway, but I'm grateful to have people who actually want to visit the channel. Okay, all right, moving on. Thank you. You can share it, you can subscribe, you can liking at least, because I just think that's a exchange of energy, and I don't see that a lot even with my even with the subscribers I have. Just hit the like on the video, the thumbs up, because you know, it's just, I put my energy up here to, you know, entertain you guys in whatever way I'm entertaining you. And so if I would appreciate it for the equal energy exchange, that you just hit the like, okay? Like every time you watch, not just sometimes, just every single time, because then it spreads a little further on YouTube, and we'll get more people, more like-minded people who want to join into the community, which will just overall make it more interesting, I think, and spread the messages to people who would like to hear them, okay? And see the adventures that I go on and stuff like that, right? But it can't happen unless you at least hit like, and it's just a polite thing to do, asking, okay? I don't feel bad about asking, because this is how YouTube, you know, this is how the whole thing works, right? So thank you. Okay. So I don't have anything in particular that I'm going to do today, except pull a couple tarot cards and see what my spirit team wants to share, unless something else comes through that I feel pertains to the message that, you know, has to do with my personal experiences. Just kind of want to keep it light. There are some things that have been on my mind for the past few days of interacting with people around me, and it'll come to me, I'm sure. I don't really feel like right now, I just don't have any particular things that I want to press upon. And I decided today that, well, I bought this really cool book on astrology right here, and I'm gonna try to remember what birthday month it is right now, and then I'll read the little description of that sign out of the book today. Okay, thought that would be interesting. Okay, where are we? What month is it? December? Just, oh boy, is that oh my gosh, I don't know if that's Capricorn. Wait, it goes Virgo, September. Then I think October gets into Scorpios. November gets into Scorpios. I'm gonna say Capricorn. I'm just gonna do Capricorn. I'm not positive. I don't have my tablet nearby to look it up, and my phone is recording me. So anyways, here we go. Let me get this moving. So we're gonna do Capricorn. If we're early, we're early. Let's see what happens, right? I'm sure they won't mind. Right? Right. Okay, we're gonna do 3 tarot cards, 2 cat gurus, and the I was gonna do an extra card. Well, maybe if I feel like I want to do it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just put the one in the middle as like a clarifier to this, right? Why not? I told you we don't have any rules over here. I do not like. I need to work on my problem with having to do rules. I'm not the greatest with it. Okay. All right. So we have the Knight of Wands for the first card. We have the Knight of Swords for the next card. Not sure if I'm crazy about either of those. I would prefer a king, but, and then, oh gosh, more wands, my lord. I'm sorry, shouldn't have said that. My goodness. 3 of Wands. And then for the clarifier, we have the High Priestess. Maybe all these wands and swords are trying to get to the High Priestess. Let's see what happens. Okay. Let's see where this goes. Okay, Knight of Wands. Wands are, wands are action, I think. Swords are communication. Okay, so we might have a knight coming in trying to take some action, trying to communicate something, and Three of Wands. I think that is someone who's had maybe some relationships behind them, but wands are action. Or some events that have happened, but they still have one wand in their hand and they're looking out at the horizon. So I think they're going to come in with action to make communication, maybe about some heartbreak they've caused or had, but they're trying to maybe make a forward movement. And I don't know if they're trying to all come in to communicate to the High Priestess. Let's read what the cards say. It's a possibility. So maybe, I mean, we just got out of Mercury retrograde yesterday, so that's usually when the X's come back around, but we are just on the tail end of it, so you know, you never know. Somebody might be coming in to apologize, right? Or talk, not necessarily apologize. All right, let's see what Knight of Wands says. Here we go. Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands sets out with confidence. He tends to bring swift movement to matters with a high level of energy. Okay, action. As an event, the Knight of Wands almost always shows when someone is about to change residence. Maybe also signify a long journey being taken, sometimes both as an immigration. As always, looking for supporting cards. The energy this night represents tends to make clients feel they must act quickly, as it is a high level of creative energy, but they must not in their haste forget to check all the details. Okay, well, I mean, it could be moving forward, like me making a move. You could be making a move. If it's representing a young man, which is fire element, when representing a young man, the Knight of Wands is energetic, adventurous, full of ambitious ideas, warm and exciting, but apt to be a little hasty. Okay, so all right, so I was not wrong. The Knight of Wands could be someone just coming in, you know, fast, fiery, and or it could be, you know, making a move, just in general. Okay, Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. The Knight is the only one showing his sword, representing his ability to take fearless action. His sword is raised to an observant owl, representing wisdom. The job of the Knight of Swords is to teach us to use discernment, to see things as they really are, and to have the strength to deal with them appropriately. Since doing so is difficult, when we feel highly charged emotionally, it can create feelings of turmoil instead. Okay. So don't communicate, like, just don't run in and communicate with people. Take a minute, take a breath, think about what you're about to say. you need to take a break before you do it, do that. If representing a young man, air element, he would be quick-minded, rather serious, and sometimes impatient. He has a strong character and can be strangely magnetic, yet sometimes appears sensitive to the feelings of others due to his forthright manner, because he's coming in swords, communication, coming in fast. As an event, the energy brought by this night is so swiftly moving that it may feel chaotic due to the speed at which events unfold and the feelings of confusion this could create. Sometimes his swift-moving action is a necessary requirement, as it brings about better circumstances. There is a great deal of strength offered by this night, which can be advantageous, so you need to be ready to ride with the changes he brings. Okay, so again, this guy's coming, the Knight of Wands is coming in fiery, okay? He's coming in swiftly with some communication. Or you could be moving quickly and communicating. And then we're going to check out the Three of Wands. So I'm not going, so I was right. I'm going, so I was right, because I'm learning the cards, and apparently I am doing pretty decent, because I think I had a pretty good grip on what these were. I do not know everything by any means. I'm still learning. That's why, I have to read just to make sure I'm not giving you the incorrect message, because if I'm going to give you information, I want it to be correct. Three of Wands, which I said looks like he's caused heartbreak or had heartbreak, because wands are, like fiery, could be passion, could be action. But does still have one wand up, so either or is either going to look to the future to mend the situation or to let it go. That's what I think. So you can see the card. Let's see what they say. Three of Wands, it could be that we are looking at the same man in the scene, but note the difference in his attire. His robes are certainly a step up from those he wore in the Two of Wands. His hair is perhaps longer, symbolizing some passage of time, and his stance appears more confident. The two wands are now positioned behind him, showing work completed. The third wand he holds aloft as he gazes out to sea. It may be that the ship he views is setting sail, or he could be waiting for his ship to come in. Either way, his thoughts are still focused upon the future. Note the three seagulls, like his goals and ideas. They stretch equally between him and the ship. So again, there's stuff in the past, but he's looking forward, okay? We see a positive pattern of progression emerging here. Taking the initial energy from the ace, then manifesting the idea, and now a completion of those first steps. Your initial goals have been realized, and while these have been successful, there is still more work ahead. The Three of Wands indicates progress, initial success, and yet even more planning to keep everything forward moving and heading in the right direction. Okay, so again, you could be making a move using communication to move things forward, or a Knight of Wands could be coming in fiery towards you, male or female, remember, to communicate, fast, quick communication to get things moving ahead, okay? Either or. And the High Priestess is the clarification. So let's see if they're trying to talk to the High Priestess, or if the High Priestess just has some advice for these knights coming in, okay? High Priestess moves between two pillars, symbolizing duality. The crescent moon behind her and the glittering stars that adorn her head show her ability to access higher knowledge and esoteric matters, so she is spiritual. Her face is masked, representing mystery and secrets. Draped in a transparent veil, she appears to be in a trance-like state, engaged in the cosmic dance. She pays no heed to our presence nor our opinions. She seems secure within her own knowledge of the universal matter. She's a healed and whole individual who is trying to, has spiritual knowledge. She appears to defy natural laws as she floats above the water, which represents the subconscious in the world of the psyche. To see as she does, first we must acquire wisdom. The colors of this card are muted and in varying shades of blue, relating to the moon and water, both symbols of subconscious imagination and creativity. Number 2 represents the duality of opposing forces. Potential recognized but not yet expressed. Interpretation. The High Priestess represents mysteries and secrets, and so indicates that there is more depth to some matter than you have seen so far. With the right cards, it could show a secret becoming known to you. Maybe that's all this communication. That would benefit you. At this time, you need to follow your intuition and trust your instincts. The High Priestess also carries the message of potential as yet unexplored, or perhaps unfulfilled. Look at the situation again, as you may have missed something previously. So if you're about to give a message, or somebody else is about to give a message about moving forward, even with just giving the message, then give it thought, okay? Don't just shut it down. You could be missing something if you do that. You could maybe need to hear the message. Maybe it'll benefit you, even if you think it won't, in some kind of healing way or something. The influence of the card is feminine in nature, relating to the psyche, and so represents spirituality and esoteric matters, wisdom, and the desire for knowledge and learning. It may also show an interest in the deeper, more complex aspects of life. Okay, so yeah. So you're probably going to get a message. Someone's going to come in pretty quickly, maybe this weekend or this week, and it could be anyone, not just saying love. Wow, I'm sorry about the lighting. Anyway, you guys don't care about that. So, anyway, I got distracted by the lovely lighting here. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Looks don't matter. Okay, that is nothing that is of importance. Is it nice to look attractive, to be blessed with an attractive outer exterior and vessel? Sure, it is, but it's really your heart and loving nature that is the most attractive. And I don't mean attractive as in, oh, I have to be the most attractive one in the room. I mean, it helps you also attract positive things and people to you. So just be glad and be grateful if you have a attractive exterior. But let me tell you something right now. Some of the prettiest people are very, very ugly inside. That's the truth. Okay. So anyway, be the High Priestess. She says, think about this message coming in. Just give it some thought before you give it, or give it some thought if you get it, okay? That's for the week ahead. Could be for anyone. Could be for lovers, friends, work opportunities, moving, all of it. All right, so we have the Hunter for the Cat Gurus. It's better to give than receive unless that gift is chosen by a cat. Well, I'll tell you that it is better to give when you can. It's nice to receive, and if you receive from a cat, they're going to bring you something that they got just especially for you because they love you so much. So, you know, if this message is, maybe this message is coming from someone who really thinks you're special. So they might bring you a big juicy mouse. Okay, might be something you need. And then we have Kitty Corleone. It says, identify your opponents, then make them an offer they can't refuse. So this is probably talking about this hasty message coming in with somebody trying to move something forward, the High Priestess is telling you to think about, take your time, because it could be from an opponent. So be discerning, okay? A lot of times people coming back have been your opponent. So you may want, I'm not telling you to, that is your choice. You, depending on how bad the situation was, to either done to you or you did to someone else, that's your choice, whether you're willing to hear this hasty message that's coming through. Not sure that I would be willing to hear it at this point, but you guys do what you want, okay? I myself don't think I'm ready for that yet, but this is what discernment is about, right? The High Priestess says, use your intuition and your connection to your spirituality, your team, your guides, the higher power, before making a decision to give a message or hear a message. Make a move of any sort, okay? Because it could just be about moving around. Okay? That's good. Oh, forgot. We're gonna do Capricorn. Okay. I'm using my actual internet on my phone, so let me do this. Okay. Hopefully I can find this quickly. Nope. 160. I just thought this would be something different, and this book is awesome. I mean, the pages, just like I like the artwork. I like the shiny pages and everything, and I like the book. Actually, it'll probably tell me. No, Capricorn's not until December. Maybe is it Sagittarius? Are we in Sagittarius season? Yeah, we are. Oh, I'm sorry, Sagittarius. Happy birthday. Sagittarius is November 22nd through December 21st. It is ruled by Jupiter. Its polarity is Gemini, and its element is fire. The final sign of the fire triplicity. Sagittarius as the centaur archer, half human, half beast. The ancient constellation from which this sign derives shows the centaur aiming his arrow at the heart of Scorpius, the constellation of Scorpio. Along with the three other mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, and Pisces, Sagittarius is a bicorporal or dual-bodied sign, meaning there are two figures in the sign symbol, the bow and the centaur. This doubling is said to signify a dual nature. Oh, I did not know that about Sagittarius. I knew it about my sign in Gemini and stuff. So this doubling is said to signify a dual nature. I can't get that word out today. In Sagittarius's case, the sign is both man and horse. As such, Sagittarius represents intelligence and strength, philosophical contemplation and exploration. The mutable quality of fire is present. Thus, Sagittarians need expansiveness. They are optimistic with a restless quality if some challenge or adventure isn't present. So they get restless. They like to move around. After all, the ruling planet is Jupiter with his expanding influence. Thus, people with Sagittarius as their sun sign often have a love of travel, the outdoors, and animals. In mythology, the centaur Chiron was a philosophy teacher, a sage, and mentor to many accomplished students. He was also a healer. The pursuit of truth and the sharing of that wisdom is a core attribute of the sign, aligning Sagittarius with academics, healing, seeking, and spirituality. Also, the primary activity of an archer is to land his or her mark with an almost mystical power of focus. It is an act that emits from a centered and concentrated energy in a very direct fashion. Similarly, Sagittarius is known to be frank and to the point. Yeah, they are. Sometimes annoyingly. I'm sorry, Sagittarius, but I do think you're funny. Plus, I can't talk. I have Virgo and Scorpio. We're pretty precise ourselves. Similarly, Sagittarius is known to be frank and to the point, a caregiver or guide that transmits the inner knowledge to the outer world in a straight and unswerving way. Okay, so they like to move around. They like to get wild. I think they're funny. I do think they're smart asses, but in kind of a funny way. Okay. Okay, there you go, Sagittarius. Sorry, I had fumbled my words a little bit there. So that's it. Happy birthday, Sagittarius. Remember, everybody, the High Priestess says take your time with your swift movement or swift messages, incoming or outgoing, and be discerning on the message you give or whether you want to receive it. Okay. That's it. All right, guys, have a good weekend. At some point I'll get a real background and stuff and get more settled in so we can do more and more of these. Okay, that is my goal. Remember, like the video. Just hit the like. Okay, equal energy exchange, right? That is the polite thing to do. Okay, have a good weekend. I'll talk to you guys soon.